Carl with Tabletop Tango. Today I want to talk about what I call the player's bill of rights. That's kind of strong language, but it's really things that a player deserves in their role-playing game experience. Why is that important? Well, that's how, it's a game. It's supposed to be fun, have a good time, and there's things that really the players deserve or the players should have as part of that. If you're a game master, following these and giving these quote-unquote rights to the players will make the game so much better for you and them. So kind of the flip side is you have rights too. We'll talk about those later maybe. So again, hi, I'm Carl. I'm with Tabletop Tango. We try to do some interesting takes on gaming, as well as do some deep dives on gaming systems so that we can really understand how they work and optimize our play. Not min-max, just optimize. If you like these videos, I'd love you to subscribe and like, not because I'm looking to be YouTube famous, but it'd be fun just to see those numbers go up and feel, happy that we're providing some cool information that at least some people like. That'd be great. So let's talk about the player's bill of rights or what the players deserve. Let's start off with the first one. The first one I alluded to, the game should be fun. That's the big one, right? The whole point is we're getting together to have a good time, and so we should do everything we can in our power to make it fun. As a game master, if your players aren't having fun, you should watch that, you should have those conversations, and so that's the big one. Players, game masters, have a conversation to make sure that the game is fun, that we're all on the same page, and a lot of these kind of things that the players deserve will fall right out of the fact that we're trying to have a good time. Number two, you as a player should always have player agency. What is player agency? That's where you get to make decisions for your character. No one else gets to tell you how your character's feeling, what they're thinking, what they should do. It's your player character. You deserve to make those decisions. As the game master, you should not be making those. Don't tell the players what they think. Show them the world. Give them information that allows their character to make those own kind of assessments themselves. So player agency, very important. Otherwise, why play the game? Because I'm not really playing it. Related to that is the third one, which is your character is your character. That means that as a player, you get to make decisions about that character, not necessarily in the game, but things like what's their backstory? When they level up, what do they want to pick? What do they want to do? How do they want to grow? And how do they act in situations? Obviously, there's limits based on the setting, based on sort of the things that you agree to as players within session 0 with the game master. But in the end, it's your character, and you control how that character grows and who they are. 4, you are allowed to have lines and veils. What's a line? A line is something in the game that you just absolutely do not want to see. There's a line you won't cross. So let's, for example, say that torture is that line. We're never going to have torture in the game. We don't want to see it. We're not going to do it. You deserve that as a player to be able to make those statements and to say, these are things that I'm not comfortable with. What's a veil? A veil is things that are allowed in the game, but you don't want to see them on screen. So let's go back to torture. Let's say you say torture is okay, but you don't want to role play that out. That's just, not what you want to do. You just want to state, yes, we're going to torture that individual, and then we roll the dice and we know what happens. That's where lines and veils come in. Again, some of those you talk about, you should know those up front with the game master, with the rest of your friends who are playing the game with you. But in the end, you as a player deserve to have those pieces. Game masters, you deserve to honor those, or you should honor those. 5, as a player, you deserve a piece of the narrative. This is a shared story between you, the game master, and the other players. You deserve to have your decisions, the things you do, have consequences, affect the world, and make changes to how things happen. You deserve that. Otherwise, game masters, if you're not giving the players the ability to change the narrative, you might as well be writing a book. The whole point is a shared story. And as a player, you deserve to have, again, your decisions, what you do, make a difference in the world. 6, I've alluded to it, but that social contract and the session 0 decisions, plans, ideas, tone of the game, what are the lines and veils, what are the rules we're going to follow, what are the logistics, how are we going to handle problems. All of those items that you talk about in session 0 should be honored. You deserve that. That's why you had the conversation as a group. So that's important. 7, you deserve fair and consistent adjudication. Game masters, you need to be fair. You need to recognize you have unconscious biases. You need to try to be consistent in the way you rule, because nothing really, as a player, gets you upset if you feel like there's favoritisms, or you're making decisions and then you've got to roll for something and someone else doesn't have to roll for it, and it's just doesn't feel fair, and suddenly you're going to disengage. As a player, you deserve fairness. You deserve consistency. You deserve things that just work the same all the time. Fair adjudication. And then lastly, you deserve a safe environment to play. This may seem like, mom and apple pie, may say, hey, that's, obvious. But in today's date, when this was recorded, we had COVID-19 going on. It's a big deal. If you're saying, hey, we need to play in person and that's what we're going to do, and you don't feel safe, you deserve to feel safe when you're playing. Guys, go online, or, just make it a safe environment mentally, physically for your players as a game master or whoever's hosting the game. So let's talk about these in summary. 1, you should be having fun. 2, you have your own player agency. 3, your character is your character. 4, you deserve to have those lines and veils that'll be honored. 5, you own a piece of the narrative. 6, you deserve to have the social contract in session 0 be honored and followed. 7, you deserve consistent and fair adjudication. 8, you deserve a safe environment to play. So those are what I consider the Bill of Rights for players. Game masters probably have their own Bill of Rights that maybe I should talk about, but following these or thinking about these, as well as I have a video on game masters gaining players' trust. If you work through these things, you're going to have a lot better time. You're going to have a lot more positive interaction with the players, with the game master, and ultimately, it's a social game. So let's have fun. So thanks again. I'm Carl Davis with Tabletop Tango. If you liked it, like, subscribe. Again, not looking to be famous, but it'd be really cool to have it. We'll come back with more videos on other interesting topics and some deep dives in games. And, maybe I'll talk about the Game Master's Bill of Rights. So thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it, and have a good day. Talk to you later.